Cool. All right. Coop, this is your topic. Want to bring us in?
It's my topic.
Yeah, you brought it up.
Okay. All right.
This is episode 7.
Episode 7?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we recording now?
Oh, we're recording.
Okay. All right.
Been recording for like 10 minutes.
All right. All right. Hello, listeners. This is Nobody
Hearing
This. I am your host, I guess co-host, Cooper Smithers, and I'm joined with Alphy Sanchez and Jimmy Fitch.
Whoa.
And we are going to... This is episode 7.
Episode 7, yes.
Of Nobody's Hearing This.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about the upcoming Game Awards.
Yes, we are.
That will be on YouTube Thursday.
Oh, it's going to be on YouTube?
It's going to be streamed on YouTube.
That's pretty neat.
It could be on Twitch as well. Thursday, December 6th at 6 o'clock, I think.
Ooh, fancy.
Let me look at that again.
Prime time.
It is December...
This is great podcasting, by the way.
This is embarrassing, by the way. This is really embarrassing. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, it's okay.
This is NPR News. All right. Well, just like, it'd probably be around 6. So I'm just going to...
Okay.
Let's just go with that.
Sure. So we're going to be talking about the nominees, basically. Probably not every category, but we're going to go through the nominations, past Game Awards, what has won, what has been nominated, stuff like that. But I think we're going to give some predictions, what we would like to win, stuff like that. Maybe a quick little review of games we played.
That's what I was gonna say. Good job, Jimmy.
Stuff with that, and that's okay. I've been on this podcasting train for quite a bit of time now.
That you have.
Yeah. So the first thing, should we end it with Game of the Year, or should we start it with Game of the Year?
Alfie, you decide.
I think we should probably end it with Game of the Year.
End it with Game of the Year.
Because that's how the show is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't start with...
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we can build up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess nobody cares about best ongoing game because none of us play any of them. I play a little bit of Overwatch. Cooper, you've played a little bit of Overwatch.
I played... In that category of best ongoing game, I have played Fortnite.
Yes.
No Man's Sky.
Which is probably going to win.
And Overwatch. I have not purchased Destiny 2 Forsaken because I refuse to play Destiny now. I'm just done with Destiny. I tried.
Refuse.
Yeah, I played Destiny 1 and I figured out their marketing strategy, and they're doing it again in Destiny 2.
Oh, okay.
They're going to release they first release an unfinished game, and then they come out with a fix to the game, which is like $40.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay. And then they're like, all right, now we're going to not do anything. And then we're going to come out with Destiny 3. And it's like, but why don't you just fix the game in Destiny 1 or, just expand? I don't understand. It's like,
So you didn't buy Destiny 2?
I bought Destiny 2.
Oh, you did?
I bought
so you haven't gotten Forsaken.
I've not
or
gotten
whatever.
the expansion of Forsaken.
Gotcha.
And my friend Tim, who's a huge he'll go every Tuesday for the weekly reset of Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And he'll just do the raids and do all the the missions and stuff. But he told me, he's like, it's like Destiny 1 again. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not spending $40 again on the same thing that I've with the same practice that they're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that. All right, that's done with Destiny rant.
So I think for best ongoing, we can all probably predict that Fortnite's going to win this year.
Fortnite will win.
Because that's the biggest ongoing game right now, bigger than Overwatch, bigger than Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
If Fortnite beat Red Dead Redemption 2 for Game of the Year at the Golden Joystick Awards, I think it's going to win best ongoing game.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I think a lot of people are upset about that. But I don't think Epic doesn't really care. They're rolling in the bank right now.
That's true.
Okay.
So for Fortnite, since the game is actually still like in beta, do you guys consider it like a complete
Oh yeah, that's
finished
right.
game?
I forgot that it actually is still technically in beta, isn't it?
Yeah, because they have it free to play, and they get more people playing the game, and then eventually, I guess they'll release like a complete version of the game.
That's true.
So, like, what do you guys think about that? Like, it's still in beta. It's not really a finished game.
I've not known that it was in beta. I know that it was, it came out with a single player, and they're like, well, we can expand on. They basically perfected. See, this is the reason why a lot of people are like, well, it's because it's free that everyone loves Fortnite. No, it's because that they kind of perfected the battle royale sort of, technique.
It's very fast paced.
Very fast paced.
You can go from match to match very easily. Like as soon as you die, you get queued into the next match, right?
Yeah, and like not to mention like the building mechanic, like that in and of itself just adds a whole other skill to it. So that in and of itself makes Fortnite, a lot better than, I'm sorry to say, like PUBG and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I know PUBG, or was it Blue Pearl, was suing Epic for copying their game.
Yeah.
But like
that was real dumb.
Yeah. But then like you just have to go back to like, what was that? The first like battle royale game was like Minecraft. It was like a mod, right? It's Minecraft, Hunger Games or something like that.
That's right.
Which is basically, that's what you have to go back to if you want to be like, well, you didn't really originate.
Yeah, for sure.
Battle royale.
But I mean, going back to Alfie's question of should this be nominated for a Game of the Year nomination when it's not technically a released game yet?
Yeah.
That does bring up some pretty big like red flags saying like this isn't a game yet, and then people that are going to lose to them are going to be pissed.
Yeah, well also PUBG also was nominated Game of the Year last year.
Oh yeah, that's right, and that was also in beta.
That was also in beta.
Oh, okay.
That was not released until earlier this year, I think.
Okay.
Like as a full game. Like they just released it on PS4 like last month or a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was not, that was very recent. So, going to your question, as a beta, no, I don't. It should be a fully fledged game, and I guess I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's considered a full game, but people are thousands, millions of people will probably disagree with that.
Yeah.
Because it's a really popular game.
This is a very popular game. And
everyone's playing it.
They're basically, if it plays, that's what people will probably say. If it plays, then it's a game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm actually surprised that No Man's Sky got nominated for this because they didn't even mention No Man's Sky when it was released.
Yeah.
And that was technically a beta. That was a $60 beta game.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So...
I'm not surprised that it's nominated now from what I hear, especially from you, because you went into that full force and then you're so disappointed. But just from hearing it now is you just saying that it's gotten a lot better.
If they came out with the game
like this,
that it was,
it would have been great.
I would not be here right now.
You'd be playing.
I'd be playing.
Yeah. We've had the No Man's Sky discussion many times.
Yes,
we don't need to go back into that. But
and then,
I still totally see Fortnite winning, regardless of it not being a fully fledged game.
And Overwatch 2 years ago won Game of the Year, and that's a full game. I'm not disputing that it wasn't a beta or anything like that. But the fact that it's
what won last year?
Breath of the Wild.
That's right. Legend of
Game
Zelda.
of the Year.
No, I mean for best
ongoing.
Game?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
It's probably Overwatch, I would say.
I think they might have won 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
to be honest.
So if Overwatch wins again, that
yeah,
Overwatch is still keeping it fresh.
And it's still a great game.
It's
still really good.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a long time, but
neither.
just from the characters and stuff that I've seen, it looks great.
I heard the latest update. It has to do a whole game a whole reinstall of the game.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay. People are going to be pissed.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I'm sure they already are.
All right, so I guess next category.
Yeah. So
unless you guys wanted to talk anything.
No, I mean, none of us play any of them.
Nope.
Necessarily. Well, so that's not really
necessarily.
So I guess next category is best game direction. And I think Cooper definitely has a few things to say about this one, because I think you played all of them except for you played the demo of Detroit, right?
I played the demo of Detroit. So that was about it, but I can respect it the way it is.
So the nominees are A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man,
Detroit Become Human. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What?
I didn't know Detroit Become Human was nominated. That's
for best game direction. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's laughable. That's horrible.
Oh really? Did you play it?
So Alfie, did you play?
Dude, I have not played the game, but I've seen walkthroughs of it, and it's one of those games. It's a David Cage game, so like
it's heavy rain and
the beginning of his games, they're usually very interesting.
Yep.
And everything makes sense, and you're really pulled into the world.
And then at the end,
and then it just once you reach the middle, it just deteriorates. It just becomes ridiculous.
Isn't there like it's like a phenomena or something? I forget. It's like the David Cage kind of like I forget. I think it's like an actual thing where it's exactly what you just explained. That it's really interesting, and then it just like what's going on here?
It just slowly becomes more insane and. And it's, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you guys can talk about, like, about that game. You know, like, all right, continue, Jimmy.
Okay.
Continue, Jimmy.
The last nomination is Red Dead 2. Okay. So, out of all of those, what I would like to see is, I think Cooper would agree, is God of War winning.
Yes.
What I can probably see happening is also God of War winning.
Yeah, it's very impressive of how
it definitely changed
Cory Borlaug,
its whole thing.
Yeah, how Cory Borlaug kind of just like when it comes to reboots or a reboot of a game, it's really hard to please the old fans, but also reel in like new ones too. And
that game definitely did it.
That game did not hold back on doing that. I'm actually surprised that A Way Out was nominated. I played the full game.
I watched a playthrough of it.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I liked the story,
but not for best game direction.
But like have you met the director? Have you met him?
Yes, I've met him.
But
we're close personal friends.
But like, I don't know. He just reminds me of like, I hope this is not insulting, but he's like, he reminds me of like Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
It's just like, he just for some reason, like his accent and like, it's just like, I really hope that's not like making fun of him. I hope he's not listening. But like, I don't know.
That's okay. I can guarantee you nobody's hearing this.
Nobody's hearing this. Trademark.
Yeah. No, it's not trademark. No. That's expensive.
Okay.
So, Cooper, I mean, you're probably going to agree with me, but you agree that God of War should win and probably will win?
Yeah, I think it deserves the win because listen, when it comes to these game awards, you have to consider all of them. You can't just focus on, I'm going to say it, Red Dead Redemption 2 and be like, hey, listen, it's perfect in every way, shape, or form. Listen, okay?
Yeah.
I love Red Dead Redemption 2. I know we're going to talk about Game of the Year, but I think it's going to win Game of the Year.
Spoilers.
But I loved God of War. And it was so hard for me to, like, when they were announcing and you get to vote and stuff, it was so hard for me to either choose God of War or Red Dead as everything. But then when I realized that God of War had that no cuts to a game, like no jump cuts to a scene or something like that, I was just, they were like, this is possible, and it was so hard for them to do it, but they pulled it off so well, and I respect them for that.
Yeah, they did like the Uncharted thing where it goes from cutscene to gameplay like almost flawlessly. Yeah. That's what you're talking about, right?
And then like the whole scene of it too. It's just the camera was just
all as one
shot.
Camera shot. Yes,
one shot.
That's true.
There's no like, well, we could say, and like it took you everywhere. It took you to different worlds, different environments, all in one shot, which was just like, how are you doing this right now? I don't understand how you're doing this.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's pretty flawless. You don't even realize it until somebody says, "Hey, did you realize that game only has one camera shot?"
And when you see when you watch movies that are like that too, that in and of itself is impressive. But like those are just actors, and you just rehearse it. Yeah. This is you program that, right? You program that into making it so it's not like there's no, effects on the cloth that jump up for some reason or nothing happened.
Yeah,
like it just was, I don't know, just flawless.
I would give an honorable mention to Red Dead 2 as well. Just the game direction is phenomenal in that game too, but I just think that the change of pace for God of War really kicked it up a notch.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably all we got to say about it. Alfie, what's your prediction / what would you like to see?
Well, for this category,
I
just want to say that Detroit Become Human does not deserve to be on this list.
Alfie is so salty about Detroit. It's great.
Have you played the other Quantic Dream games?
I have, yes.
You played Heavy Rain?
Yes.
Played.
I wish Colby was here.
What's the other one?
He
It
hates
was
him.
Beyond
Two Souls. Yeah, I played that one too.
Heard that was not.
Well, Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, it's one of those games where if you don't think about it too deeply, you can enjoy the game.
Okay.
So it's one of those games like you can play once and you're like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool, and then never play it again.
Have you seen the picture of David Cage explaining the game, and then there's the picture of Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe just like
face palming? Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
I'm gonna show you that to you. Right
that's how you feel after you finish one of his games.
Yeah.
Like you get connected to the characters and you get invested in the story.
Yeah.
And then when you reach the middle, it just
destroys it.
Yeah, and you're just like, man, I really wasted my time.
I vaguely remember that with Heavy Rain. Again, I didn't play it, but I watched Video Games Awesome play it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I just remember it just taking a crappy turn.
Because like the concept of his games are very interesting.
Yeah.
It's just
they're so disappointed.
I'll explain it. So you see David Cage on the right.
Yeah.
And he's explaining it. He looks very proud of explaining it. And then you see Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe just kind of just stare off into the distance, just thinking about what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
I don't understand what he's talking about.
Oh man, that's like Ben Affleck.
Oh, the Hello Darkness, My Old Friend.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Remember that time everybody thought Ellen Page was in The Last of Us and she wasn't?
Remember she sued Naughty Dog because it was too close to resembling her, and it's just what do you do? It's like Lindsay Lohan suing Rockstar because there's it kind of looks like me and kind of it's kind of like me, and then it's just like, it's like you need money. Do you need money? What do you need? Why are you suing us for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Next category is best narrative, and guess what's nominated first? Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, that doesn't deserve to be on the list.
Doesn't deserve it.
No.
God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1. Marvel Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Now, Alphy, you're gonna hate me, but I did vote for Detroit Become Human.
Really?
Because I just, it's how it was. So I played the demo, right? And when I played the demo, obviously it doesn't deteriorate like you were saying. It was pretty compelling, and I wasn't necessarily looking at how the storyline was. Obviously I didn't know it deteriorated, but there was at the end of your story that you made, there was a branch, and it showed. I guess they show it in all the other games, David Cage games.
Yeah, but this game they really after each mission you can see all the different paths you could have taken.
And it's limitless.
There's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Of paths, and it's basically you're creating your own narrative. So that's why I voted for it.
Okay.
I can understand now that you're really salty.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to just kind of break the ice right there and just say, hey, listen, I did vote for it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Cooper.
But what do you guys think?
I really I didn't finish it. I didn't technically play it, but that's fine for best narrative, I suppose. But I watched somebody play Life is Strange 2 episode 1 and that was really good. So I don't think that's going to win. I'll give that an honorable mention. But best narrative, I could definitely see Red Dead winning it.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
What do you think, Alfie?
I would agree with like Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, even though I don't know too much about the game, I do know that it's continuing the story about
Yeah, it basically
it's the prequel to the story.
Yeah.
And it does the prequel thing phenomenally. Like it just blew it out of the water, I would say.
Yeah.
It took the characters you kind of know about in the first game and just like develops tons of stories about them. It makes you care about the characters, and it makes Red Dead 1 look like so much better now.
Yeah. And you really feel the characters too. Like there's some scenes, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are some scenes where it's just like, that hit me in the heart, man. That hurt so much.
Yeah.
Like, god damn.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, I get hurt and it hurts my feelings. And that's what they were going for. Because you feel such a connection. Because, like, you know, in the game, like, you have conversations with these people and you get to know them.
Yeah.
Right? And then once something happens to them, it's just like, don't you dare do that to me.
Yeah.
And not a lot of games would do that. You know, not a lot of games. Like, you know, God of War's on here, right?
Yeah.
The only connection that you have is father and son.
I did want to ask you guys about that, but continue.
Yeah, there's the father and son dynamic there. So, but you know, you can't necessarily relate.
Okay.
But like when you talk to some of the people in Red Dead, it's just like I know this person. You know.
Yeah.
Like you know who I'm talking about, and then like.
I feel like God of War doesn't make you care about characters, whereas Red Dead does too.
I had no connection with the characters. Like, have you played God of War?
No, but I know like the basic. You know, it's like Kratos with his son, and you know he's going like into an adventure.
So there's like I see them, and I can understand that they have a really great connection. They have a really great dynamic. You know, understanding with another. Like it used to be disconnected, but at the end it was like there's no separating these two, right? Yeah. But like in Red Dead, it's like you the player are connected with these people too. Not just your character, not just Arthur Morgan, but like the other people too.
Okay.
And like, you know, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I was gonna spoil something, but I'm not gonna do that.
All right. I think we're gonna skip over best score in music. That's not really.
Oh, I was gonna say Red Dead, but.
Oh, would you? All right, we can talk about it then. So the nominations are Celeste, God of War, Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni 2,
Revenant Kingdom.
Never heard of it before.
It's actually, you know who it is? It's behind the, you know, it's Bandai Namco and I think some of the people at Studio Ghibli.
They did the artwork.
Yeah, they did the art.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did the artwork. Huh. So I have the first one.
Yeah, me too.
Thinking Audrey was going to like it, but she's just like, what do I do? And it's just like, okay, I'm not playing this game.
And the other two noms are Octopath and Red Dead 2. Okay. The little bit of the music I've heard of Octopath is really good.
Is it?
Square Enix music, I mean, typically is phenomenal. Yeah. Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's so good. I listened to, this is a fun story actually. Nick, Billy, and I went to go see Video Games Live in New York. This is 2014, I think, 2015. So this is a while ago, but they played Chrono Trigger music I started tearing up.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. That game is just nostalgic for me in general.
It's like one of your favorite games, right?
It's one of I didn't play it that much when I was a kid, but I'm playing it now finally. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's one of the best JRPGs ever.
Yeah.
And the music is great in that too. And the little bit I've heard of the Octopath Traveler score is really good.
Yeah.
But of the games that I played, which is just Red Dead and Spider-Man and God of War, I'll give it to Red Dead as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any opinions, Alfie. Or...
Yeah. I've never. I am a fan of Ni no Kuni, but I never picked up the second one.
Okay.
But the soundtrack is by the same guy.
Yeah.
Who does the soundtrack for Miyazaki's films?
Oh, really?
Joe Hisaishi. So
that's cool.
The
I should check that out. I like those movies a lot.
Yeah.
Which ones?
The Ghibli movies.
Yeah, the Ghibli movies.
You haven't seen a Ghibli movie?
I said I like those a lot.
Oh, okay. I thought you said. I
watched a Ghibli movie with you.
That's right.
You watched
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
No, what was?
Oh no, not Spirited Away.
Was it Totoro?
My Neighbor
No.
Totoro.
Maybe we did watch
Howl's
Spirited
Moving
Away.
Castle?
I watched Howl's Moving Castle with Nick. I think we did watch Spirited Away together.
I love that movie.
That's the one with the creepy thing that eats things, right? Yeah.
By the way, I'm doing for Audrey's birthday. This is off topic, by the way. This is not video game related, but we're doing the birthday party at Bethel Cinema.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can rent out for the weekend. You can rent out a theater, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about doing a Studio Ghibli.
Oh, that's.
I was
fun.
thinking about either Ponyo. It's nothing too Spirited Away is really intense. It could scare the shit out of some kids.
Yeah.
But Ponyo is pretty cute.
Yeah.
Right?
That's one of the newer ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing ads for that on my VHSs. That's how old we are now. All right.
Oh wait, hold on.
What?
I didn't do my best score. I said
You said Red Dead.
I said Red Dead, but I wanted to explain it.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I wanted to talk about the reason why I chose Red Dead is because there's a theme to almost everything. There's a theme to almost everything. So one of my favorite scores of all time is all of the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
Oh,
When I was 13 years old, that's all I listened to. That's all I listened to. I have my CD player, and that's all I listened to. And the Shire's do do do. I'm not gonna sing it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and then you had what was it? Rohan. It's and it was just you knew who that was, sort of thing. You knew what that was.
Yeah.
But in Red Dead, when you go, when you John Marston has his own theme.
Yeah.
And then
Dutch has his own.
has his own theme, and then Angelo, he's a small character, but there's this guy named Angelo Bronte. He has his own. It's very Italian. It's really really cool. It's really good. But those are the things that I'm that's what makes a game. Lenny has one. The bar. Whatever. They have their own individual themes to identify who they are, and that's what I loved about. What's it called? That soundtrack. So
there's also themes too. After you complete a mission and you start riding away, it's very I don't know how to describe
it's really
it.
subtle, right?
Yeah.
It's when you're riding and it's nighttime or something like that. They have this nice little. I was playing.
It's almost like a trill.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. All right, let's continue. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, it's fine. Actually, we can probably just skip over the best audio design. That's I don't know.
Presented by Dolby.
I just think
they're probably not even going to mention it.
Probably, yeah. I said it's probably going to be Geoff Keighley being best audio design goes to this person.
Yeah. And
all right, next one. They did that last.
So this one I'm actually interested in, especially from all of you guys. So this is best performance.
He's laughing because Detroit
Become Human.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
You know that guy? He's never played a game until Detroit Become Human. He's
Wait,
like
this actor?
Brian Deckert.
Oh God.
He's like I've never played a game before, and he has like he did a live stream of him playing Detroit Become Human,
Okay.
and it's just like, don't you know what's gonna fucking happen in the game? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But funny enough though, his character in the game is actually one of the characters that is the most compelling.
he is a good character
He's a good
from
character.
what I can tell.
But of course, it goes
Like I know what
downhill from
happens in the
middle.
game. Like he's like kind of the one that kind of either breaks or continues the robotic revolution or whatever that is.
Yeah.
And that's for your character to decide. And there's just so many options for you to figure it out. But anyway, I heard he was very good. Yes.
Next up is Christopher Judge as Kratos.
I
from
voted
God of
for
War.
him before I found out that Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan was just
Phenomenal.
oh my god,
Damn good.
damn good. Like I love Christopher Judge as Kratos. He did a really good job as Kratos. Probably better than who's the original Kratos?
I don't know. I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, but like it was just like the voice breaking and then like the
Boy.
the boy boy or boy. But Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan was just there's one scene where he's talking about how he's afraid,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Oh, damn. He does a lot of heartbreaking things. Like when I remember you telling me about it yesterday, I'm not going to spoil what happens in the game, but he literally just says like, damn it. And then I know exactly, what we're talking about.
damn it! And he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
his voice breaks because it's like,
Yeah.
it hurts me.
Does he say God damn it? I thought it was just a damn it.
No, it's God damn it.
That's right. Yeah.
God damn it.
After a particular character dies, not going to say who.
He was
but,
very close to.
Yeah.
He was very close to.
That was a really good moment.
Yeah.
And just in general, I was actually talking about it last night with a coworker. We were talking about if we liked Marston or Arthur more.
Oh God.
It's really hard.
Yeah. No.
Because Arthur is like, or John is like my first love, but like Arthur's the one who I'm marrying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like,
Whoa.
I like that line. I have to agree because
Arthur is a really good fucking character.
he's a very like. At first, when I was in that, like when they were like, "You play as Arthur Morgan," I'm like, "Bitch, this guy's not gonna
Yeah.
fucking one up John Marston." And then you realize, holy shit, John, I'm thinking about breaking up with you. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You got to prove to me. Like, you got to prove me wrong, man.
Yeah.
But like when you're done with the game,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna talk about. Next week we're probably gonna have a small episode of just me and Cooper, and then we're just going to. We're just gonna die and just talk about.
Dive
Red Dead.
in and just talk about. All right, let's continue with the other actor because we're gonna
Yes.
need to. So, Melisanthe Mahout.
Sure.
I'm sorry I butchered your name, but she played as Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Did you play Odyssey yet?
I have not played Odyssey.
heard it's really good.
I've seen gameplay of it,
Yeah.
and it looks very good.
Okay.
They kind of branched away from the what's it called? The historical accuracy, not necessarily accurate, but like there's like Medusa in it,
Yeah.
and like
Okay. So
like there's like more mythical. and-
Okay.
That's interesting.
but it's
Well,
but
they've gone back farther than they've ever gone, right? Like time-wise.
is it?
It must be,
But
right? Because they're like in
Odyssey-
ancient Egypt, aren't they? Or whatever.
That's
they're in.
Odyssey.
Oh really?
No, that's
Oh no,
sorry.
Odyssey is like the
that's
Roman,
Origin.
the Roman
Origin.
Empire, aren't they? Like the Roman Empire.
They're Sparta.
Sparta. Okay.
Yeah. But like I heard she was really good, and then Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker as Spider-Man. He was very good.
He was very good. I'll give him a what is it? just a nod.
An honorable mention.
Honorable mention, yes, that's it. But yeah, I definitely think
I think Roger Clark
as Arthur.
You know,
Morgan.
he's an Irish actor.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's Irish.
I've heard that.
And I'm
too.
just he was born in the U.S., but he moved to Ireland, so he probably has kind of a mix of like Irish and you know, I guess like basic American dialect.
Yeah.
But like when he does his thick cowboy Southern accent, it's just like
howdy, partner.
Yeah.
Howdy, mister.
Yeah. Hey, mister. That's my boy. That's my favorite line. Oh, you're a good boy.
I'm not a good man.
I'm not a good man.
We were making fun of that.
Should
last
I
night
have
at
killed
work.
you, Jimmy Brooks?
All
right.
I think that's all we have to say.
Yeah, I think that's
that
yeah. Roger
category.
Clark. I'm sorry, Christopher Judge. But
it's very close. It's possible that he might win.
He might win. I did vote for Christopher Judge,
Yeah.
but then when I replayed the playthrough of Red Dead, I'm like, I'm so conflicted right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely between God of War and Red Dead. Those are like my two favorite games of this year.
Yeah.
Those are really good games.
Next category is games for impact, and I'm surprised like Red Dead's not on there, or like God of War's not on there.
Well, let's look at the description for a thought-provoking game with a profound or pro-social meaning or message.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, God of War didn't really have a thought-provoking message, basically.
Yeah, I guess that's
it's
true.
basically being like, don't be a dick to your son.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Red Dead, it was... I think Red Dead is definitely thought-provoking because, I mean, it goes back in time, but, like, it talks about, like, you know, how fucking, you know, rigged the government is and how, you know...
We talked about it last time, too.
Law enforcement is basically just being paid by rich people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's pretty... It's not necessarily thought-provoking because it's, like, it was in the past, but... You know,
But
it's
it's
just
like
it's just a little jab at like you know.
You can connect it to like modern times. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But I honestly don't know. I think I voted for Celeste, because I guess I haven't beat the game, right? I haven't I played it, but I haven't.
I didn't even
game.
know it had a story.
It has somewhat of a story, but like I don't know what the thought-provoking part is.
Yeah.
It's I guess it's there. It's nominated. So,
I'm probably gonna vote for Life is Strange 2, Episode 1.
Yeah.
Just because I think the first game had an impact on me. I thought that was a really good game, regardless of its flaws. It's hella bad flaws.
Life is Strange is just a really good.
It's a good idea.
The first
Yeah.
one is really good.
Yeah.
And I heard like the kind of the reboot, or not the reboot. It's like a prequel.
Yeah.
I heard that was really good. It's just like adding more story. And then you know and then they had Captain Spirit?
Yeah, something like that.
I played that one. That was like.
That was the free one, right?
That was a little fucking intense. I played. It was like, I thought it was like really innocent and stuff, but then like you know, you realize like the father's like an alcoholic and like you know, yeah. All right. I guess best independent game.
Yeah, I'd probably give that to Celeste. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nominated for Game of the Year. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's going to win best independent game.
It was like Inside. You played Inside. I think
I played a little bit of Inside with you.
I thought I beat the whole game when you were there. I think it was for New Year's.
Probably. I think that sounds right.
That was my favorite game of the year. That was my favorite game of 2016. I was blown away. I thought that was so good. I cried and I played it again and I cried some more. And yeah. But yeah, I think Celeste is good. I played a little bit of Dead Cells. But I mean,
Dead Cells looks good too. I think I own that actually. I don't know why I own it, but I think I do.
Humble Bundle?
Probably. All right, best mobile game. So
Diablo Immortal.
Oh, people are pissed.
People are mad. You heard about that?
Diablo Immortal?
Yeah.
Was it like supposed to come out, but it never...
No.
No.
What happened was that they were making a brand new Diablo game
Okay.
for the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Everybody wants Diablo 4, and they gave him a mobile game.
they gave him a mobile game. And
remember
then someone
hearing about
said,
this.
is this coming on PC or is this strictly mobile? And they're like, we have no
Yeah.
plans on PC. And people booed them.
Yeah.
And then you know what they said?
Yeah.
You guys have phones, right?
Wow, that's they should have just done like what Nintendo did with Metro Prime. They should have just hired a graphic designer, make a title logo, and then just put it on the screen for like 5 seconds, and then be like, "Yeah, we're doing Diablo 4, but you're gonna have to wait like 5 years."
Kind of like Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
Just to give them what they wanted, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
I listened to another podcast. It's called the Completely Unnecessary Podcast, and they talked about it because they talk about like gaming news and stuff like that. And they basically just reamed out all the fans that booed them and stuff like that, which I totally get. Like it's you're not entitled to Diablo 4 just because you like a company, you know. But they just got destroyed on YouTube or whatever. They got like thousands of people unsubbed and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning it because I mean nobody's hearing this anyways, but who cares? But I don't want to get yelled at. So best mobile game, Fortnite's in there, so that's probably gonna win. PUBG Mobile's in there.
I think I said
Donut County's fun.
Is it?
Yeah, from the little I don't think I've actually.
I love
played it,
Annapurna
but
Interactive.
Yeah,
I love that company.
it's a very like cute game, but the idea is fun too. You basically make you have a little hole and you like drag it around, and then you have to, as you like the hole basically gets stuff, you get bigger, and then you gotta like do the
It's
entire.
kind of like was it
city and stuff.
No, it's not Tomadot. What's it called? It's the one with the ball, and you have to like collect people. And you're pushing.
Oh,
and you get bigger and bigger.
You get bigger and bigger. And
Katamari.
Katamari.
Yeah, it's like Katamari, but the opposite.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You consume rather than collect.
Yeah.
I said Florence for some reason because I just like the animation. I just like that little.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's
some
cool.
of them that I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna vote for. I look at like the art and I'm like, that one looks nice. It's
I'm
like
gonna vote for that.
Nice and hand drawn.
Yeah. We can probably skip best VR game.
Yeah,
I didn't play any of those.
When
Tetris
Deracine was
Effect
on,
looks good, but
yeah, Deracine wasn't on there, which was a From Software game. Praise the Sun.
oh yeah, Cooper's wearing Praise the Sun shirt right now.
Playing it's the Covenant of Sunlight shirt.
Yes.
But I was like, I saw gameplay of it, and I watched like the story of it, and it was really good. It was really good. Anyway, best action game.
Best action game. The noms are Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Dead Cells, Destiny 2 Forsaken, Far Cry 5, and Mega Man 11.
I said Far Cry 5.
I would probably have to give it to Far Cry 5 too. I still haven't beaten it yet, but it's really good, really fun. It's not that compelling though. It didn't compel me to keep on going with it.
I like Far Cry games. I love ever since the second one. I was blown away. I thought the second one was really.
I think
good.
Colby still has your Far Cry 4 because I borrowed it from you, and then Colby borrowed it from me.
I was wondering. I was like, where is it? but then you know, the DLC came out of Far Cry 5, and it was just like, what the fuck is this? They had a Vietnam one, and I'm just like, okay, that's fine. That was all right. It was whatever.
Really?
And then they came out with a Mars one, which was like not
That's
good.
interesting.
It was weird. And then they came because it's like you're not implementing any of the mechanics of the Mars thing. It's just a sci-fi shooter.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then
They're just throwing
and then
it
they,
into the
and then
Far
they had
Cry
a zombie
engine.
one, which was just like, you know. It was whatever. It was just a zombie one. But yeah, I would say I just love Far Cry.
Okay.
So,
Alfie, do you have any input?
yes.
I wish I would have pre-ordered Mega Man 11, but I probably would have given it to Mega Man 11.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I played the demo.
From the
you
little
played
bit
the demo?
I've watched. I'm not a huge Mega Man fan. I'm slowly making my way through them. I'm almost done with one.
Really?
Finally.
Wow.
After like 3 years. I
hard.
haven't played it in
It's
a long
hard
time.
fucking game, man.
Yeah. The last boss is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
The big yellow thing, which I don't. The yellow devil, is that what he's called?
The yellow devil.
Is he the one that like he goes like goes
Yeah.
to the other side of the screen?
Yeah.
I forget what it's like a one eye that has that one red eye, and he goes to the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really hard. But all right, best action adventure game.
For the best action adventure game,
Which is
combining combat with traversal.
You're not on mic.
Traversal and puzzle solving. Sorry.
It's okay. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is basically all the Game of the Year nominees except for Shadow.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
I've heard Shadow of the Tomb Raider is good, not that great though.
They did a sale a month after it was released, and it was 50% off.
Wow.
Yeah, they sure did.
You know how many people are pissed about that? They gave it mixed reviews because of it on Steam.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The PC community is real toxic, but
Yeah,
we're
they
not
are.
going to go into that.
Yeah.
I've heard it's good, but not that great. From
They're
Colby and I
implementing-
talked about it a
they're-
couple weeks ago.
They're implementing multiplayer on it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Battle Royale?
No, it's more like Uncharted multiplayer.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's interesting.
But I would say probably God of War because when I'm looking at combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, there's a lot of puzzle solving in God of War.
There's a lot of puzzle solving in Spider-Man.
There's also a lot of puzzle solving in Spider-Man.
I'm gonna give it to Spider-Man.
Okay.
Mostly because it hasn't been nominated, or
We haven't
really
given it.
Yeah, I haven't really given it anything yet, and I really, 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 really liked Spider-Man.
Yeah, he that was your first platinum, right?
Yeah, my first ever platinum trophy. I played the Spider-Man games a lot when I was a kid. I had 1, 2, 3, a couple of the spin-offs. The one for the PlayStation, the first PlayStation. And yeah, I just love the Spider-Man games. And I thought it took everything from the Spider-Man games, turned it up to 11, and just killed it. As we've said before in the past, a little repetitive, not too compelling of a story. But as an action adventure game, I thought it was phenomenal, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. Sorry. I'll do this later.
No worries.
I got an email from my boss saying, "Can you work on this?" And I'm like, "I cannot. I'm sorry."
You are technically at work right now.
I am technically at work right now, but I don't have my laptop.
Okay. Best RPG. Oh, Alfie, do you want to talk about best action adventure game?
Yeah, sorry, Alfie. We always keep you out.
No, it's okay. Well, from what
I know Alfie hasn't played a lot of these games too. So
because I've been busy. But from what I've heard from reviews and from what other Let's Players have talked about, I probably would give it to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
It's just the world is so massive.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
And-
There's some puzzle solving, and there's some mystery to solve.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, there's a lot of UFO sightings, and there's an example. So there's a lot of UFO sightings, and you find this, I think it's a piece of paper you find on a mountain,
Yeah.
and it shows the UFO, and it shows all these locations, and like people have found like 3 locations of it, but it's like there's like 5 others, or like I think like additional 4 locations. It's like, well, and then like on the YouTube, it's like, let me know if you found it, because I haven't. It's just so funny that like people are like, I still have no idea what is in this game.
yeah, I feel real bad for. Do you guys watch Gerard the Completionist at all?
No.
He basically completes games.
Yeah.
Like that's his thing.
Yeah, 100's it.
Yeah, he 100%s the games, whatever,
I heard
reviews them and
Red
stuff.
Dead Redemption.
And his reviews are really good because he literally goes through every single aspect of the game, and he does replays of the game, so he can do different like side stuff or whatever. But I feel real bad for him because he's going to have to complete this game, and I don't know how you can possibly do it. Because
Well, he couldn't
the game is
complete. He
massive.
couldn't complete it without online because
That's true.
because there's some achievements in online
Yeah,
that he's gonna have to do. So I think he's gonna skip on this one. I don't know, but
I don't know.
maybe I'll be very impressed.
Yeah.
Okay, now we
Sorry,
can
I
go
lost-
to best RPG.
Yeah. You want to read off the noms? I lost
Yeah,
my
sure.
spot.
It's Dragon Quest. Is that 11? XI?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep,
11. Echoes of an Elusive Age.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter World. Ni no Kuni 2. Revenant Kingdom. Octopath Traveler. Pillars of Eternity 2. Dead Fire.
I'm going to give it to Octopath.
Okay.
Just because I really like those Square Enix JRPGs, especially the pixel ones.
Yeah.
Art direction's really good in that. My only complaint about the art of the game, it's very bland color palette.
Well, that's
I
we're
agree
talking
with you.
we're talking about an RPG aspect. So it's basically if you have, if you're role playing the game, I don't necessarily think it's like how it looks.
Oh yeah,
I think
I'm
we
just
skip-
talking about Octopath in general. Why this is? I'm just giving my perspective as to why I haven't played it yet. I'm giving this the nomination even though I haven't played it yet. But I'm going to play it at some point. But I've been steered off away from it because I really like JRPGs. Not a ton, but I really like them just because of like Chrono Trigger and like Earthbound and stuff like that. But I have something weird with the color palette where it's so like bland and dark and gloomy.
Yeah.
Whereas like the other games like Pokemon, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, they're so like colorful and pretty, and I want to explore this world. And like I don't know, it's just been.
Yeah, I don't like turn-based combat except for Pokemon.
I don't mind turn-based combat. I've been getting more and more into it.
Or Child of Light. Child of Light was pretty engaging.
How about you, Alfie? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I would probably give it to Octopath Traveler because it's kind of like one of, even though it's really like harkening back to those old RPGs, it's kind of like the more like fresh of these games because all these other games are kind of like sequels and they're not original IPs, and it really, from what I've seen, like the artwork, other than the color palette, it's really well
It's
done.
very pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
And the music is really good for the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably say Pillars of Eternity 2, just to be different. I'm just okay. Obsidian Entertainment is a very good role-playing developer.
Okay.
They made Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they made Fallout New Vegas, which was basically like one of the best Fallouts of all time. Just saying.
I still have to play it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I own it.
Yeah. Yeah, on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just really, I mean, they're Microsoft bought them now, so everything's on Xbox and Windows 10. It's just like,
You have Windows 10.
I do have Windows 10, but I want to just have everything in one place. That's all.
I know.
That's what I want.
Eventually, everything's going to be PC, so who cares?
But like Pillars of Eternity 1 was very good. It reminded me of Baldur's Gate and stuff like that. That was really good. And it's just like, that was a really good RPG. So making a second one of a really good RPG, I'm on board.
Okay.
All right. Can I have a rant on this best fighting game, by the way?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm just gonna
I have
do
no
a
opinion, so-
do have a shout out of Geoff Keighley. You were streaming this event the day before Smash comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate comes out, and I don't see it in this category.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
not
just
out
say
yet.
Soul Calibur. Maybe Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
A lot of people like that Dragon Ball game.
Yeah, but like seriously,
Yeah.
why don't you do your awards in 2019?
Yeah. Like every other.
Like every other awards ceremony does.
It's very strange they're doing it this way.
It doesn't make sense at all. You're doing it in the beginning of the last month of the year.
Yeah.
And there's so many games coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Still
did it
a lot
with
of
Last
stuff.
Guardian. That would obviously have been a competitor.
And Alfie
Because it
talked
was
about it before when we
so
first came in. They did it with Last of Us too, right?
Yeah.
As well. Not two.
They
but
they
yeah.
nominated it in 2012
Yeah.
before it came out.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I have no opinion on fighting game. I don't really like fighting games because they basically just make you buy all the characters, and then they're like, "Hey, let's give you this Ultimate Edition that has all the characters."
I
Anyways,
heard Soul Calibur 6. I think
Yeah.
it is. I'm bad with Roman numerals. man.
apparently,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 6.
Yeah, 6. You can create your own characters, and I heard it's really funny.
Really?
They made one with a large penis, like a alligator with a giant penis, and they're like, oh,
I'm gonna give it to Soul Calibur just for that.
Yeah.
Best family game.
Mario Party. Get out of here.
I'm gonna give it to Overcooked. Just because I love Overcooked and it's so much fun. Mario Party is very, very close for me. But Overcooked, we had so much fun. Me, Cooper, and Nick playing that. The first one at least. And 2 is just more of the same, but different food and stuff like that. It's basically DLC, but whatever.
Okay.
Alfie, you should play Overcooked. It's very fun.
Okay. I'll have to put it in,
have to play
in
it
my
sometime,
list.
yeah.
But I agree with Cooper. You can't go wrong with Mario Party.
Cannot go wrong.
This
with
Mario Party is the best one that's come out in the past, I don't know, 5 years.
It's very good.
Probably more.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
They implemented pretty much everything. You can, with the motion controls and then
I love the new dice blocks. The dice blocks per character or whatever. You can switch between the two.
And it's not like last time. It was Mario Party 10, I think, where you traveled together in a cart.
Oh, they've done that for like three games now.
What the fuck was that?
It's dumb.
That is stupid. I'm sorry, Nintendo. You need to get... Listen, I want to destroy my friends. Okay? That's what I want to do.
My only complaint so far about Mario Party is the boards are too small. That's my only complaint.
Yes.
But that is what it is. Maybe they'll add more later on.
Yeah, sometimes when you play the Mario games, you realize, kind of like when you're watching anime, that it is made in Japan.
Yeah,
so, that's why it gets a little bit silly sometimes.
Yeah. And that's why we love Nintendo, too. They come out of the left field all the time. They made a Mario game where he literally squirts water with a gun and then
which was like one of
goop.
one of the best Mario games.
Yeah. It's the second best Mario game.
Yeah, Super
ever.
Mario Sunshine.
Yep.
The fuck? Yeah. Get a jet and you shoot it with out of your ass. It's so good.
I stand by saying that's the second best Mario game of all time.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt.
64, I think, is the best.
Yeah. And there's also Galaxy. And
Galaxy's very close.
Odyssey
too.
is very good too.
Odyssey's very good too. I don't think it's up there, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's up there, but it's up there. That makes sense.
Yep.
Best strat.
I guess Banner Saga because it's
I don't know any of those games.
Yeah, I would say Banner. I played a little bit of Banner Saga, and this is the last one, so it just feels like come on, just give it to them.
Sure.
It's like Nolan North. He never won any of the his role as Nathan Drake in any of the Uncharted's. But
he did for 4.
He did for 4.
That's
I'm
right.
saying the last Uncharted, he won.
Yeah.
He won. It's like come on. Just give it to him.
Just give it to him.
All right. Racing game. Nope.
Yeah.
Best multiplayer game. Fortnite.
Fortnite's going to win. I don't know what else to say about it. Student game, we haven't played them. So, I don't know.
Best debut indie game?
A lot of people like The Messenger.
I've not played that.
I haven't either, but I've heard it's supposed to be like Ninja Gaiden.
Ooh.
It's very similar
I'm
in
intrigued.
Theme and tone.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking
list.
about. It's like it goes into different dimensions or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think I know what you're talking about. Best esports game, go away.
We all know it's going to win. Best esports game, I could still see Overwatch or League getting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fortnite, that's the big thing now.
Yeah.
So
Best esports player? Nope.
I don't give a shit.
Esports team? Nope.
Nope.
Esports coach? Nope.
Nope. Oh my God.
Best esports event?
Jesus.
Nope. Best esport host? Alex Mendez, because I've seen him frequently other than these guys.
And I've never heard of content creator. I've never heard of any of these content. Ninja, I know just because he's the #1 Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
But
he's probably gonna win then.
Yeah, he's probably gonna win. All right, so I guess we're going back up to Game of the Year.
Let's do
Here
it.
are your nominations.
Let me scroll up. All right.
Yeah, hold on.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
Boom, boom, boom.
Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep.
I don't know what to say about this game other than the fact that it's possibly the best game I've ever played. I sink hours into it. I have no idea what time of day it is anymore.
I constantly play it. I will continually constantly play it as soon as online is less finicky and I have better internet connection. Jimmy and I are going to play the shit out of it.
Cooper and I tried playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I think I might upload this somewhere, but Cooper glitched out, whatever. And then I was like, oh, I have your horse. And you're like, my horse is still here? And I was like, yeah, so I'll watch over it until you come back. Cooper came back, riding in on his horse, looked at his other horse, and then disappeared. I was like, it was a paradox. What? It was so good. I just started dying. I saved it just in case I can post it anywhere. But
I think when it started for me this was the best game was there's a mission where you and the gang are walking
the
to
entire
this
gang.
the entire gang are walking to this giant house, and the moonlight is shining on you, and it's coming through the trees, and like there's this like ominous music playing, and they're like you're holding your guns, and it just like the camera just pans out, and you just see everyone, and they're like, we're gonna fucking kill these people and stuff, and it's just, and then once you play that mission, I was just like, I was blown away.
Yeah,
because it was so triumphant. You felt good about playing it.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Is like, you know, back in the day, I only thought that fucking, you know, for me, you know, Dark Souls and Bloodborne were like very rewarding games.
Yeah,
and when it's like all skill based and like, you know, I was like, but when I played Red Dead Redemption 2, and you know, when you're fighting off a lot of people in a house and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never felt so more accomplished than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm getting really teary. The story's so good.
Yeah.
And you just,
it's the best story I've ever played in a game, I think.
Yeah.
I praised Red Dead Redemption, the first one, for years.
Yep, same.
Before a lot of people even knew what it was. And I was just like, this game has the best character, the best story. I am down for the count. This is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
And it quickly got blown away by Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, and I have to say that I think the Red Dead series is probably one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I used to say like the Dark Souls and Bloodborne, so like that's still there.
Yeah.
Like, I know I used to say, like, you know, Bloodborne used to be my favorite game of all time, but, like, after playing Red Dead, I'm just like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say one of my favorite games, because Red Dead is definitely, like...
It's up there.
You can't. It's not up there, but it's definitely up there. Like what Jimmy said.
It's definitely up there.
So it deserves to, like, win, because it
deserves
leaves an
Year.
impression. This is something that, like,
You
5 years from...
Oh, wait, you don't have a PS4, do you?
I do, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Get it.
But yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, that was good.
Erase like 100 gigs of content so you have enough to play the game.
I have enough space in my PS4. It's one of those things where, like, subconsciously, I know that I would really love this game, and I would get, like, super addicted to it. And any games that I know I would get, like, super addicted to it, I always try to, like, stay away from.
Stray away from.
Because I'm one of those people that, like, I would literally stay up, like, 12 hours to play a game that I really love.
Alfie, I think this one is worth it.
It really is.
It has such an impactful nature. I think you're going to, like, it's like watching a really good movie.
Okay.
Like, you can't say, like, you played video games until you played this game. I feel like it's like one of those, like, you can't say you really like movies unless you saw Casablanca or whatever. Which I still haven't seen Casablanca.
Because, like,
I still have to see, by the way.
I've seen Casablanca.
I've heard it's really good.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
But, like, Red Dead Redemption, like, when I see gameplay of it, it reminds me a lot of The Last of Us. And The Last of Us, I finished it, like, in one sitting. Like,
oh, really?
I could not put it down.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I'm sure this game is going to let you be like, all right, it is like been 2 days, and I need to
Go to work.
I
Eat
need to
breakfast.
work.
Yeah.
I wish I could have taken a whole week off of work and just played this game.
You
took a couple of days off, didn't you?
I took my Friday off to play Red Dead, and I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. My first night. I got it at first of all, hold on, let me explain something. So there's 2 discs, and you have to have the data disc, and then you have to have the play disc.
Okay.
So it took me like an hour and a half, I guess, to like download the game.
Okay.
Because it was big, and then so I was like, it was like 10:30, and then I played it finally, and then they said, "Oh, there's an update." I'm like, "No, I'm not updating it. I'm playing the fucking game." And then I was like, "I don't care if there's any glitches or anything like that. I don't care. I just want to play it." And it's flawless. And I know like a lot of people are like, "I'm not buying it because of the 100 hours," but they clarified that. I'm gonna say it right now. They clarified that. They were talking about themselves, talking about Dan Houser.
Oh, yeah.
And they're talking about the Houser brothers and the writers, the ones that created the game from scratch.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that spent 100 hours. They're the ones that can spend 100 hours on it. They're not going to put their employees.
Yeah.
They like
Nick has backed off of the statement too, so
he has backed off.
Yeah. He asked for it for Christmas.
He what was it? Like a friend of mine, he's just like, I'm gonna buy it used.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as long as you're getting it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But I will say that like there have been some developers that's like at Rockstar, they're like, I've spent like probably 70 hours one time, but they've always treated me with respect, and it's because I wanted to be there for that.
They're also getting paid for it too.
They're also getting paid for it, and they're being paid overtime. It's not like
I've worked like 60 hours at my job too. It's
Yeah.
not like
it's you get paid. Yeah, it's not like
it's not mandatory.
it's not mandatory, but like
Yeah.
but yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2,
Okay.
Game of the Year, get it. I mean it. Like just go now.
I'm probably gonna ask for it for Christmas.
Okay.
But I do want to play because I am kind of like a completionist. I think I should play the first game, and then play.
It's not
the second
entirely
one.
necessary, but
Okay.
it does help a lot.
Well, the first one when you first play it, and you're like, well, there's a mystery to it. It's like, well, how did Dutch go crazy, or how did blah blah blah, blah. How did blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do you have a PS3?
Yes, I do.
Get it digitally.
Okay.
$30. Get the game
We can get it used at GameStop too.
for
I'm sure.
$30.
Is it still 30?
I think so. When you get it used on,
Nick got it pretty cheap.
Did he?
What I remember, yeah. You got like Game of the Year edition.
Well, Game of the Year edition, I know on Xbox 360 is still $30
Okay.
used. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's how valuable the game is.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I would recommend playing the first one, especially if you have a PS3.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that now, Alfie.
Okay.
yeah.
have to do that.
Because I don't think I have your.
Golden
We'll talk.
Geats.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
You want to be adding him on.
Who cares? Alfie will happily add whoever listens to this. I'll add anybody who listens to this too.
Nice.
Nobody's hearing this.
Nobody's here.
So we should talk about the other nominees at least, not just say.
I was like,
by the
that sounded
way,
like a good closing line. But
I know, yeah, but we should at least give some honorable mentions to God of War and Spider-Man at least, because God of War, as we've said before, I played a shit ton of. It challenged me as a gamer, which I haven't been challenged, I feel like, in a very long time, and there were some really, really, really hard missions in that game. I don't remember what the room was or whatever, but I had to go into this room and basically I just had to take on waves of enemies. It was towards the end. And there was this one wave that I just couldn't get past. I think I played it for 5 hours and I couldn't pass it. Of just this one stupid wave of enemies. But it was
Spider-Man? Sorry, I was.
No, God of War.
God of War. Sorry. Did you beat God of War?
Yes, I beat God of War.
That's very good.
Yes, it was a phenomenal game, and I wouldn't be upset if it won if it won Game of the Year. But I really do want to see Red Dead win. And Spider-Man was great. Also, as I said before, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. All the games I've played for years, and I wouldn't be upset if it won, but I seriously doubt it when it's going up against the phenomenal Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why Monster Hunter World's on here.
Yeah, I don't know. People like that game though.
Yeah.
Alfie, do you have any input? Because Cooper's in texting mode.
Sorry.
No,
sorry.
it's okay.
We started late, and
Yeah,
I had plans.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
just trying to be like, hey, hold up.
It was my fault. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's not your fault. It's your fault, actually. No, it's traffic's fault. It's traffic's fault.
Yeah.
So, Alfie, do you have any input?
Yeah, I agree that Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably going to win Game of the Year. I'm actually really glad that Spider-Man is on this list because I think this is a really good direction.
I think it validates it a little bit more.
It's a really good direction for like comic book games that are based on like comic books and stuff. And hopefully, because there's a lot of great like original like comic books out there. It would be very interesting to see them like in comic book form. In video game form.
They said that what was it? They said Spider-Man PS4 is the Iron Man of the MGU, which is the Marvel gaming universe. Okay. So this is not the end.
Yeah.
They're going to be making a Thor. They're going to be making an Iron Man.
Yeah.
They're going to be making, So
yeah. I have a question, Alfie.
Yeah.
So you see these games nominated for Game of the Year. Are there any of them that you would play because they're nominated for Game of the Year that you might not have before? I might not have played. I probably wouldn't have played Assassin's Creed Odyssey if I didn't see it nominated for Game of the Year and just hearing different things about it.
Didn't Odyssey get Game of the Year too?
Mario Odyssey?
No. No, I'm sorry, not Odyssey. I meant Origins.
Oh. I don't know.
I want to say Odyssey again.
I don't know. But if it wasn't nominated, I probably wouldn't try it at least. But if I see Assassin's Creed Odyssey on sale, I might pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with Celeste, too. I've heard Celeste is really good. But, I mean, it being nominated for Game of the Year, that's pretty big.
Indie game.
An indie game. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
So I might pick that up.
Okay.
At least to see where it would stand as a Game of the Year.
Yeah. Personally, I'm really interested in playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
You didn't play. You played a little bit of Spider-Man at my house, right? Or you watched me play?
Yeah,
it or
I watched you play a little bit. Yeah.
Do you have any interest in playing that, or
for the Spider-Man games? Not really.
Yeah.
Because I really like why I'm interested in Red Dead Redemption 2 is because like it is an adventure game and Spider-Man is an adventure game. Yeah. But I really like the whole. It's in the Wild West. Exploring. It's like a revenge story. Yeah. From what I hear and stuff like that. Red Dead
Redemption 1?
Or like the stories in both games in general.
So in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's like...
It's a little weird they're calling it Red Dead Redemption 2, and there's not really a whole lot of redeeming going on in the game.
When you finish Chapter 6, you'll understand.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers!
Okay. I figured, but I don't know. Just the entire game named after one moment of the new... I don't know. But I always thought this game should have just been called Red Dead. Or Red Dead Before Redemption or something like that.
It has to be with another R, though. It has to be Red Dead.
I think just Red Dead's good.
Okay.
But whatever. Anyways.
But when you are exploring, there's so many things of being like, what's this area? And you like turn over here and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, like you just I
got caught up yesterday just hunting for like 2 hours. And I was like, oh, I just wasted 2 hours of hunting.
I did fishing. Virtual reality, like fishing in a video game where it's like, why do I do this in real life? No, you don't. You don't do it. You want to fish in this game.
Yep.
Because it's really good.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think that's all that needs to be said about. I think next week Cooper and I are gonna get back together because I'm definitely beating Red Dead Redemption 2 at some point this weekend, and then we can just spoilerly talk about the entire game. And I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
And we should probably talk about just show stuff in general, like where you can find us. You can find us at NobodyCast on Twitter. And then our personal Twitters, I'm at Son of a Fitch. Cooper, you're
At Smithereens45, I believe.
yeah. And then Alfie, where are you at Twitter?
I'm at Golden Geats.
Yes.
Yes.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all that fun stuff. And thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me, guys. Yeah.
Yes, thanks,
Goodbye.
Jimmy.
Goodbye.
Red Dead.
Bye, Red Dead, Alfie.
Outlaws for
Bye.
life.
I will.
Okay.